In today's class, we will be particularly solving the problems relating the quadratic equation. The first one, find two numbers whose sum is 27 and product is 182. Solution. So whenever we are asked to take two numbers whose sum is 27, then what we do is we let the numbers be x, 27 minus x. Like suppose if we take the sum of two numbers is 10, it is given. So if one number is 8, the other number is 2. So how did we get the other number? We did 10 minus 8 to get 2. So if one is x, the other will be the sum, that is the total, minus x. So if we even add this two, what will happen is x minus x cancels off to get 27. So therefore, whenever the sum is given, we take one as x and the other as 27 minus x. And the product is 182. According to quotient, x into 27 minus x is equals to 182, which implies 27x minus x square equals to 182. So this implies 0 equals to x square minus 27x plus 182. So to middle term break this one, we can either use the usual, what we do is we prime factorize a into c and find what factors there are and we try to arrange them. So instead of doing that, we can also try this way. So see, 27 we can write as 25 plus 2. So 25 into 2 is 50. Say 22 into 5. 22 plus 5 is 27 and 22 into 5 will be 110. So in which number will we get 2? Suppose if we take 9. So 19 plus 8. So 9 8s are 72. So 8 ones are 8 plus 7 is 15. So it's not satisfying. Let's take the next 18 plus 9. 18 plus 9 is 27 and 18 into 9. 9 8s are 72. 9 ones are 9 plus 7 is 16. So we have 162. This is also not satisfying. Say the next number 18, say next 17 into 10 will not be 16 into 11, that will also not be, we'll get 6 at the end. 15 into 12, again we'll get 0 at the end, not possible. We can also try 14 plus 13. So 14 plus 13 is 27 and 4 3s will get a 2 at the end. So 4 3s are 12, 3 ones are 3 plus 1 4, 4 ones are 4, 1 ones are 1. So 182. So or x square minus 13 plus 14 x plus 182 equals to 0, which implies x square minus 13x minus 14x plus 182 equals to 0, which implies x minus 13 minus 14 x minus 13 equals to 0. This implies x minus 13 comes common, x minus 14 equals to 0. So which implies either x minus 13 equals to 0 or x minus 14 equals to 0, which implies either x equals to 13 or x equals to 14. So we have two cases now. So when x equals to 13, 27 minus x, the other number is 27 minus 13, that is 14. And when x equals to 14, 27 minus x equals to 27 minus 14, that will be equals to 13. So if we take 13, then the number is coming as 14. If we take 14, then the number is coming as 13. So therefore, the two numbers are 13 and 14. Next question, number 2. Find two consecutive positive integers sum of whose squares is 365. So consecutive positive integers means let the numbers be x and x plus 1. This will be the consecutive integers. According to question, the sum of whose squares means x square plus x plus 1 whole square equals to 365, which implies x square plus x plus 1 whole square is x square plus 2x plus 1 equals to 365. This implies 2x square plus 2x plus 1 minus 365 equals to 0, which implies 2x square plus 2x minus 364 equals to 0. So 2 comes common, x square plus x minus 182 equals to 0. So x square plus x minus 182 equals to 0. Now AC has sign minus, so we need to subtract. Just now we saw that 14 into 13 is 182. So 14 minus 13 is also 1. So x square plus 14 minus 13 into x minus 182 equals to 0, which implies x square plus 14x minus 13x minus 182 equals to 0. We take x common here, x plus 14. We take 13 common here, minus 13 common. I get x plus 14. So this implies x plus 14 comes common. X minus 13 equals to 0, which implies either x plus 14 equals to 0 or x plus 13, x minus 13 equals to 0. This implies either x equals to minus 14 or x equals to 30, as the integers are positive. X equals to minus, x is not equals to minus 14, therefore x equals to 13, and the consecutive positive integers are 13 and 13 plus 1, that is 14. The number 3. The altitude of a right triangle is 7 centimeter less than its base. If the hypotenuse is 13 centimeter, find the other two sides. So solution. So first of all, in this question, what we will do is, see, the altitude is given as 7 centimeter less than its base. So about altitude some information is given, but about base nothing is given. So generally about which nothing at all is given, we take that value as x. So let the base be x centimeter. So therefore altitude P equals to 7 less than its base. So x minus 7 centimeter given hypotenuse h equals to 13 centimeter. So by Pythagoras' theorem, h square equals to p square plus b square, which implies 13 square equals to x minus 7 whole square plus b is x square. This implies 169 equals to x square minus 14x plus 49 plus x square, which implies 0 equals to x square plus x square, 2x square minus 14x plus 49 minus 169, or 2x square minus 14x minus plus 49 minus 169 minus 120 equals to 0, which implies 2 comes common, x square minus 7x minus 60 equals to 0. So from here we have x square minus 7x minus 60 equals to 0. So to get 60, we can break 17 as 12 minus 5 because c has negative sign. So x square minus 12 minus 5x minus 60 equals to 0. This implies x square minus 12x plus 5x minus 60 equals to 0. X comes common, x minus 12 plus 5 comes common, x minus 12 equals to 0. X minus 12 comes common, x plus 5 equals to 0, which implies either x minus 12 equals to 0 or x plus 5 equals to 0. This implies either x equals to 12 or x equals to minus 5. Now, x denotes the base of the triangle so x is cannot be negative, so x not equals to minus 5 and x will be equals to 12 centimeter. Therefore its base is 12 centimeter and altitude is 12 minus, altitude was basically x minus 7, that is 12 minus 7, which is 5 centimeter. Okay, so the next question, number 4. Sum of the areas of two squares is 468 meters square if the difference of their perimeters is 24 meter, find the sides of two squares. Okay, so first let's take the side of two squares as x and y. So let the sides of two squares be x and y such that y is greater than x. Suppose there are two squares, so one will have a greater side. We assume that y has a greater side. So the difference, therefore, perimeters are 4y and 4x, and their areas are y square and x square. Perimeter is 4 into side and area is the square of a side. According to question, what is given to us is that the difference of their perimeters, since y was bigger, so 4y will be bigger, so 4y minus 4x is equals to 24. So 4 comes common, y minus x equals to 24. This implies y minus x equals to 24 by 4, that is equals to 6. So y minus x equals to 6. So this implies y equals to x plus 6. And what is given is that the sum of the areas of the two square. So x square plus y square equals to 468. This implies x square plus y is x plus 6 whole square equals to 468 using equation 1. This implies x square plus 12x plus 36 minus 468 equals to 0. So 2x square plus 12x. So 6 when we remove this 6 from here we get 2. 3 on removing 3 we get 3. So 432 equals to 0. So 2 comes common, x square plus 6x minus 216 equals to 0. This implies x square plus 6x minus 216 equals to 0. Now we need to find the value of, we need to break 6 into 2 parts such that we get the multiplication as 216. So let's try. 18 minus 12 is 6 and 18 into 12. 8 2s are, we are getting 6 at the end, that's why I chose 18 minus 12. So 8 2s are 16, 2 1s are 2 plus 1 3, 8 1s are 8, 18. So we have 6, 8 plus 3 is 11, 1 plus 1 2. So this implies x square plus 18 minus 12 x minus 216 equals to 0. If you are finding it difficult to middle term break, you can also use the quadratic formula. You will get the same result. This implies x square plus 18x minus 12x minus 216 equals to 0, which implies x comes common, x plus 18 minus 12 comes common, x plus 18 equals to 0. This implies x plus 18 x minus 12 equals to 0. This implies either x plus 18 equals to 0 or x minus 12 equals to 0. This implies either x equals to minus 18 or x equals to 12. But x is not equals to minus 18 for the simple fact that x denotes side of a square. It cannot be negative. Therefore, x equals to 12 centimeter. So we have the value of x as 12 meters, and y equals to, we had y equals to x plus 6. So 12 plus 6, that is equals to 18 meters. So therefore the sides are 12 meter and 18 meter. Then next question is number 5. A cottage industry produces a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed on a particular day that the cost of production of each article in rupees was 3 more than twice the number of articles produced on that day. If the total cost of production on that day was rupees 90, find the number of articles produced and the cost of each article. Okay. So first let's break this into a simple language. Cottage industry produced a certain number of pottery articles in a day. It was observed on a particular day that the cost of production of each article was 3 more than the twice of the number of articles produced on that day. So first of all, we are not given about the number of articles produced on a day. So let the number of articles produced on that day be X. So it was observed that the cost of production of each article, so cost of each article is 3 more than twice the number of articles. So 3 more than twice the number of articles. Okay. So therefore total cost of production will be equals to, each article is 2x plus 3 and there are x number of articles, so total cost will be the multiplication of cost of one article into the number of articles. So 2x plus 3 into x, and it's given that the total cost of production on that day was 90. So this implies 90 equals to 2x square plus 3x, which implies 0 equals to 2x square plus 3x minus 90. So A into C is 180. So we need to divide 3 into 2 parts such that its product should be 180. So 15 minus 12 is 3, and 15 into 12, if we do 5 to 10, 2 1 2 plus 1 3 and 15. So 180. So or 2x square plus 3x, we are middle term breaking as 15 minus 12 into x minus 90 equals to 0, which implies 2x square plus 15x minus 12x minus 90 equals to 0. So x comes common, 2x plus 15 minus, here in this the 6 comes common. So 6 2x minus becomes plus, and 6 1s are 6. We have 30, 6 5s are 30 equals to 0. So 2x plus 15, x minus 6 equals to 0. This implies either 2x plus 15 will be equals to 0 or x minus 6 will be equals to 0. So therefore either x equals to minus 15 by 2 or x equals to 6. But x is not equals to minus 15 by 2 because x, what did we take as number of articles? Because the number of articles produced cannot be negative. Therefore, x equals to 6. So we found the number of articles produced and cost of each article will be equals to 2x plus 3. So 2 into 6, that is 12, plus 3, that is rupees 15. That is the cost of each article. We can also check this if it's correct or not. So the total cost was 90 rupees. So each article into the number of articles, 15 into 6, we have the total cost as 90. So thus our answer here is correct. Okay. Number 6 now. Two taps together can fill a tank in 9 3/8 hours. The tap of larger diameter takes 10 hours less than the smaller one to fill the tank separately. Find the time in which each tap can separately fill the tank. Okay, so the larger diameter takes 10 hours less than the smaller one. So information about the larger tap is given. So let the smaller tap fill the tank in X hours. So the larger tap will fill the tank in 10 hours less, so x minus 10 hours. In 1 hour, the smaller tank fills, so x hours to complete the full tank. So in 1 hour, it will fill 1 by x of the tank. Just like, take an example, if you take 3 hours to completely do a work, so in 1 hour you will do 1/3 of the work. So similarly, if it takes x hours to completely fill the tank, in 1 hour it will complete 1 by x of the tank, and in 1 hour the larger tank fills 1 by x minus 10 of the tank. So together in 1 hour they fill 1 by x plus 1 by x minus 10 of the tank. Therefore, according to question, what is given is that they take 9 by 8 hours to completely fill the tank. 8, 9, 72 plus 3, 75 by 8. So 75 by 8 into this one, 1 by x plus 1 by x minus 10. So this in 1 hour it fills. So the total time into this, it will completely fill the tank. So the tank is completely filled now. So this implies 1 by x plus 1 by x minus 10 equals to 8 by 75. So x minus 10 plus x by x into x minus 10 equals to 8 by 75. This implies x plus x, 2x minus 10 into 75 equals to 8 into x square minus 10x. Here we can have 2 common. So 75 into 2 x minus 5 equals to 8 into x square minus 10x. So this 2 and 8, 2 4 is 8. Everything is in multiplication. So I am able to cancel this. So this implies 75x minus 75 into 5 will be 375 equals to 4x square minus 40x. This implies 0 equals to 4x square minus 40x. This minus 75x plus 375 equals to 0. Or 4x square minus 75 and 40 together we have 115x plus 375 equals to 0. So 375 into 4. So that will be 375 into 2 is 750. 750 into 2 is 1500. So 1500 is simple. We can have 100 into 15. So 100 into 15 is 1500. So this implies 4x square minus 115 we can break as 100 plus 15. 100 into 15 is 1500. X plus 375 equals to 0. This implies 4x square minus 100x minus 15x equals to 0. So 4x comes common, x minus 25 minus 15 comes common, x minus 25 equals to 0. So this implies x minus 25 into 4x minus 15 is equals to 0, which implies either x minus 25 equals to 0 or 4x minus 15 equals to 0. This implies either x equals to 25 or x equals to 15 by 4. But x will not be equals to 15 by 4 for a simple fact that x is the time taken by a smaller one. Larger takes less time, but x not equals to 15 by 4 because when x equals to 15 by 4, x minus 10 equals to 15 by 4 minus 10, which is equals to 15 minus 40 by 4, that is minus 25 by 4. And time taken by larger tab. Time taken basically cannot be negative. Therefore, x equals to 25 hours. So in the question it was asked, so find the time in which each tap can separately fill the tank. So the smaller tap takes 25 hours and the larger tap takes 25 minus 10, that is 15 hours to fill the tank separately. Okay, so this was number 6. Now number 7. So now we will start with speed time questions. A train travels 360 km at a uniform speed. If the speed has been 5 km per hour more, it would take 1 hour less for the same journey. Find the speed of the train. Okay, so solution. First, what is given, we'll write given. So distance equals to 360 km. Time is not given to us, so let the speed of train be x km per hour and time taken t1 be equal time taken be t1. So when speed has been 5 km more, so when speed is x plus 5 km per hour, let time taken be t2. According to question, what is given is that if the speed is more, obviously the time taken will be less, and when the speed is less, the time taken will be more. According to question, the difference in time, that is t1 minus t2, is given to us as 1 hour. So what is time? Time is basically distance by speed. So instead of writing distance by speed, we can write 360 by t1 is speed is x minus t2. So distance by speed over here in this case is x plus 5. This is equals to 1. So this implies 360 comes common. 1 by x minus 1 by x plus 5 equals to 1. This implies 360 into x plus 5 minus x by x into x plus 5 equals to 1. So x cancels off. 360 into 5 is 1800, and this goes to the other side, x square plus 5x, or x square plus 5x minus 1800 equals to 0. So we need to get 1800 from 5x. Okay, so 20 into 15 say. So 20 minus 15 is 5, 15 2 is 30. We are only getting 300, so we need to take a much larger quantity. So say we take 45 minus 40. 45 minus 40 is 5, and 45 into 40 5, 4, 20, 4, 4, 16, 17, 18, and this 0, so we have 1800. So this implies x square plus 45 minus 40 into x minus 1800 equals to 0. So this implies x square plus 45x minus 40x minus 1800 equals to 0. Okay, please note over here, how am I able to do this so fast is because I am using hit and trial method. I know the last digit should be 0. So if the last digit has to be 0, so I need to multiply with some 0, and say 10 minus 5 I can do, or 15 minus 10 I can do, 20 minus 15, or 25 minus 20. So I checked proceedingly till 30, 35 minus 30, then 40 minus 35, and after that when I did calculation in my mind that 45 minus 40 was 5 and 45 into 40 I was getting as 1800. So that is what we checked again, that if it was coming or not. So that's why we took 45 minus 40. You can also solve by factorizing this one. You can take the prime factors and arrange them such that you get 45 minus 40 as 5. So this implies x comes common, x plus 45, minus 40 comes common, x plus 45 equals to 0. Okay, in this, instead of doing middle term breaking, in case you find difficult, you can also opt for the quadratic formula. That is always valid. So x plus 45 comes common, x minus 40 equals to 0, which implies either x plus 45 equals to 0 or x minus 40 equals to 0. This implies either x equals to minus 45 or x equals to 40. But x is not equals to minus 45, as speed cannot be negative. Therefore, x equals to 40 km per hour. And number 8. An express train takes 1 hour less than a passenger train to travel 132 km between Mysore and Bangalore. If the average speed of the train is 11 km per hour more than, if the average speed of the express train is 11 km per hour more than the passenger train, find the average speed of the two trains. So, solution. So the information about the average speed of express train is given, that it is 11 km more than the passenger train. But about passenger train is not mentioned. So let the average speed of passenger train be x km per hour. So the average speed of express train is 11 km more, so x plus 11 km per hour. So express train takes 1 hour less to travel 132 km. According to question, time taken by your passenger train is more, so the and time taken be t1, and let the time taken be t2. So according to question, t1 minus t2 is equals to 1 hour. So time is distance by speed, 132 by speed for this is x minus 132 by the speed is x plus 11 equals to 1. So this implies 132 comes common, 1 by x minus 1 by x plus 11 equals to 1. This implies 132 x plus 11 minus x by x into x plus 11 equals to 1. So this implies 132 into 11, x and x cancels off, x square plus 11x. So x square plus 11x minus 132 into 11. So this is 132, 1452 equals to 0. So 11, see we had 11, 132 into 11 is basically 11 into 11 into 2, because 11 into 11 into 12, because 132 is 11 into 12 into 11 is basically 11 into 11 into 12. So 12 also we can write as 6 or 3 into 2 into 2. So we need to break this now in such a form that the subtraction should come as 11. So 11 into 4 is 44 and 11 into 3 is 33, and 44 minus 33 will get 11. So x square plus 44 minus 33 into x minus 1452 equals to 0. So this implies x square plus 44x minus 33x minus 1452 equals to 0. So this implies x comes common, x plus 44 minus 33 comes common, x plus 44 equals to 0. So x plus 44 into x minus 33 equals to 0, which implies either x plus 44 equals to 0 or x minus 33 equals to 0. This implies either x equals to minus 44 or x equals to 33. But x is not equals to minus 44, as average speed cannot be negative. Therefore, x equals to 33 km per hour. Hence, the speed or the average speed of x we took as the speed for passenger train. So the average speed of passenger train is 33 km per hour, and the average speed of express train is, so express train speed is x plus 11, so it will be 33 plus 11, that is 44 km per hour. So with this we come to end of today's lecture. Thank you.